Can we appreciate the cuteness? It is not your responsibility to heal other people. And this is a really, really hard concept to grasp, especially if you're a woman and you just feel everyone's pain and you see that people need to change and you know that they need help, but it is not your responsibility to heal them. And I want to give you a backstory of myself and how I realized that. I went through a lot when I was a teenager with my family. My parents struggled with their relationship and there was a lot going on in their dynamics, and my dad really struggled with his mental health. I saw him really go through a lot. Unfortunately, as much as I tried to be the one to save him, I realized at some point there was nothing more I could do but to let him be. There was a time where I really tried to tell him that he would benefit from some help and he would benefit from not being in it by himself and reaching out, but it just wouldn't help. The same thing now is something I'm struggling with my mom. I truly believe, and I don't know how old you are as you're watching this, but I truly believe that our generation, my generation, is the generation that breaks through a lot of those generational trauma, a lot of the things that our parents and our older generation went through, and we are the ones that see things clear and we are able to break through those things. But I also do believe that the older generation who has been through a lot is really struggling with the whole concept of healing and, putting themselves first and realizing that the reason why they're struggling today is because of what they have been through in the past. And so I recently had this conversation with my mom too, where I told her, like, Mom, so many patterns that are still showing up for you today are because you haven't healed your inner child. And she tried to deny that, not understanding the connection of really everything that happens to you early on in your childhood will eventually show unless you heal that later on in your life. And if you don't heal those things, they will truly also hold you back from being the best version of yourself, from being the version of yourself that you deserve to be ultimately. I had to really learn to take a step back and to let people who want to help come to me and share that they are willing to put in the work. Because there was also the dynamic of having conversations with my mom and telling her about, the work that I do with my clients and that I'm happy to help her and I'm happy to break through a lot of those limiting beliefs and traumas that she has early on experienced, but she wasn't ready. I have realized that there's only so much we can do to help other people, and we have to realize and recognize that it is not in our power to change others. What we can do is heal ourselves and show up as the best version of ourselves to them and show them that we have done the work and that we are seeing things in a different way and that we've healed the things that we used to struggle with. And to me, that is leadership. And when you lead the way and you show other people what you've done and how you've grown and who you've become, that is then when other people will be more willing to ask you and will want the support and will want to talk to you about that. But ultimately, it is only your responsibility to heal yourself because you cannot heal anyone else. Now, there's also the other conversation of healing generational trauma, which I truly believe in. It is also your responsibility to heal generational trauma, but you only break through patterns. You can't heal what happened in the past. You can't make other people heal themselves too, like your family. You can only heal yourself, which is going to heal the generation that is to come. But you can't heal the people that truly need the healing if it's people from your past. It's a very interesting dynamic. I've seen the way that, my family is and how unhealthy so many patterns are. And I can truly see how much they would benefit from the work that I do, but at the same time, I can't force it onto them. I can't be the one to make them do the work. And that is also where you take your power back and realizing it is not in your hands to heal the world. The only thing you can do is heal yourself. And I truly think when you heal yourself, you raise the collective energy. Because also, of course, like energy is universal. We feel everyone's pain. Even if you don't think you are, you are. What happens in the world is felt by everyone. The one thing that you can do to help heal the world is to raise your own vibration, is to raise your own energy and to heal yourself from those unhealthy patterns. I personally am also a person that if I do see patterns in front of me, like for example, things that are being said that are not right, I will say that and I will point that out because there are certain things that are okay and certain things that are not. But that is as far as I can go. If they continue following through or doing the same thing over and over again, it is not in my hands. And so oftentimes I see this also in dynamics with my clients. Like when I have clients that sign up to work with me, to heal themselves, to create their dream lives, whatever that might be, I'm the guide. I'm the coach, I'm the facilitator, I'm the healer, but the work that's truly going to transform you is the work that you do once the coaching call is over, once you have left the space. That is when true healing really will happen. It is not only in that 1 hour of coaching where your transformation will happen. Yes, a lot can shift, but if you then go back to your old self after the coaching session, you will keep running around in circles. And so I do see a lot of people who want the change, but are not willing to put in the work and find themselves in the same old unwanted patterns. And this is where you also have to become honest with yourself, if this is maybe you, and ask yourself, well, I know I've been, stuck in those unwanted patterns, but it is also my responsibility to break through those patterns and start doing things differently. You're going to be at a lot of peace when you let go of the responsibility to have to heal other people and to have to help them when they're not willing to be helped. As painful as it is to see them go through this, as painful as it is to see them really struggle, you can't do more than to offer them the space, but also let it be their choice to take that step. Because I truly believe, like, eventually the pain of not changing will be bigger than the pain of change. And so many people are not willing to feel the pain of change because they're not feeling the pain of where they are yet as deeply, or they don't recognize that there is a life without pain in the first place. A lot of people, why they're not willing to change or do the healing work, is because it is scary. It is scary to face the things that you haven't faced for how many years. And that was one of the reasons why my mom wasn't ready to do the healing work with me when I offered it to her, because she was like, I don't want to look at this right now, and it's going to be too energetically draining and too exhausting, and I'm going to cry. And I'm like, yeah, mom, that's the point. But afterwards, you feel like a new person. Afterwards, you feel so much better. And oftentimes that period of time where you have to do the work is the darkest, most exhausting, heaviest period ever. And I remember when I was on my own healing journey, it is heavy, it is exhausting, it's not easy. But then you come out on the other side and you're like, I'm so glad I went through this dark period, because I needed to be there to see how my life can actually look like as well. It's not just black and white. Like, life can be a rainbow. Like, there are so many colors in the world that I finally can see again. And if I wouldn't have had the courage to step into the dark side, let's say it like that, I wouldn't see all of these colors right now. I would still be stuck in only seeing black and white. I hope this was a helpful video for you. If it was, please let me know down below. Sending you so much love, and until the next time, bye-bye.